how I'm going to raise my children. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I would never. Yay. Now I'm going to take my kindling. Wow. That is one of the sounds of all time. Now we have fire. So I'm really gonna need a water still. So I need a coconut flask. So give me the coconut. Perfect. Now, and the reason why I need a water still is it will automatically give me clean drinking water when I put palm leaves underneath it. Now, a lot of people who I've seen play this game say that doesn't make sense, but it actually makes perfect sense. All these plants are tropical plants, and they hold high moisture. So, when you put them under something like a tarp, and you leave it out in the heat, it's the same thing as in the morning when there's dew on your grass. All the warmth mixed with the cool liquid inside the plant creates condensation. The condensation on the tarp will then drip down into whatever container you have hanging beneath the tarp. So despite what people think, it really does make perfect sense. Now you might ask what I'm doing walking along the beach. Right now, I'm just looking for a piece of cloth. It looks like I don't have any here, so I'm gonna have to go in one of the nearby shipwrecks and hopefully find one. First, gotta grab my cooked small meat. This was my nickname in high school. Alright. I'm always very skeptical when it gets dark, because as you can see, I can't see very far in the water. And I just can't tell if I'm gonna step on a sea urchin when I get in there. Hopefully I have good luck. Ooh. There we go. Well, would you look at that? Not one, but two pieces of cloth on this side of the island. And I went ahead and got myself a little chest, too. All the pieces are already falling together. Okay, why I'm very confused as to why I'm holding this cloth. Okay. Looks like I'm going to need another palm leaf. I did see one of those little, yeah, these pop up everywhere, and I'll always want to break them, because I always need to get as many fibrous leaves as I can. Fibrous leaves are how I make my ropes, and almost everything in the game is going to require some rope. You might be asking yourself, Gabe, you silly goose, why do you keep opening your item wheel? It's because I still don't know the controls. Now, let me go ahead and beat this until it gives me what I want. Because I need some palm leaves in order to get my water still. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. You know, this is normal. So, apparently I will smith this thing so hard that it decided to go straight up in the air instead of falling down. This is something that occurs naturally in nature. If you sneak up behind a tree, you might see it jump. They're very, very shy, and they can get jump scared really easily. You always got to be careful when you're sneaking up on a tree. Oh. Alright. I'll just set my water still right here. So as you can see, there's a little hole in the top of the tarp here. And there's the little coconut at the bottom in which the water will collect. And I just set my palm leaves beneath it. And boom. It'll slowly collect water on its own over time. Oh, I didn't want to pick this up, I wanted to open it. I feel like I'm gonna do that a lot this game. Alright. So, I guess I'll sleep. But first I'm gonna save the game. So my goal for day 2 is I'm gonna travel to one of the other islands and get lots of more fibrous leaves. Oh, I probably should have extinguished that fire. Oh well, I can just set more sticks on it. My hunger and thirst are a little low. Back up to full. Sometimes you'll find these emergency rations just lying around, but I just like to use them sometimes. I know they're technically for emergencies, but I'd rather use that now instead of spending an egregious amount of time trying to collect resources as soon as the day starts, only for it to become midday and I start getting cooked alive. So, the first island that I'm gonna want to go to is... See, if that crab does that again, I'm probably gonna pull all of its limbs off. The little crabs I'm not really worried about when they hurt me, because if you look at my health, the difference is not even noticeable. It doesn't even look like I'm missing any. Ooh. I almost dragged that underneath me. So. Now I do gotta be careful because there are sharks. And the reason why I'm being careful putting this in the water right here is because I don't know if there's a sea urchin right there. Okay, I can see a little bit better now. Alright. There you go, got my paddle. Now, unlike real life, sharks in this game are pretty hostile and will try to attack me. Apparently this is the ocean ghetto, and if I go somewhere where I'm not welcome, I'm likely to just get attacked. So I need to deploy the sea ink. No, don't want to. No. Oh, I just want to deploy the sea anchor. Yep. Too shallow for the sea anchor. Okay. There we go. Oh, I just want to set this down. Nope. Nope, I just want to set the paddle down. There we go. Alright. So, this is what we call my worst nightmare. I am not a big fan of being underwater. Now, normally people would grab that compass, but I have impeccable navigation skills, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Oh, the music changed. There's a little shark right there. Now, this raft is not the most sturdy thing on Earth, so we will try to flip me over probably. But it's okay, because all I have to do is climb right back on the raft if it does, before it tries to bite me. I don't really have the means to treat any serious wounds right now, so it's best to avoid any conflict. Alright. Deploy that little anchor there. Grab this crate, duct tape, electrical equipment. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else I can find on here. Looking pretty good so far. Oh, look, a goblin shark. Why is it tweaking out like that? So, little known fact, goblin sharks are actually known for their meth addictions. As you can see, by the way that thing was moving, it is really, into its key role as the ocean's meth addict. Logically, it doesn't actually make sense that a goblin shark would be this high up. Goblin sharks are usually one of the sharks that live deeper under the ocean. They don't see daylight a whole lot. They can't go too deep though, because they do have a skeletal structure just like other sharks. Animals with bones can't live in the deepest parts of the ocean, because their bones would get crushed due to the water pressure. So most fish deep in the ocean are basically made of jello. I don't, if you've ever seen what a blobfish looks like whenever it reaches the surface, but they basically pancake because their bodies can't handle the pressure of, I don't know, I guess the pressure of no ocean pressure. I think it's kind of funny.